Hi, and welcome to Surely You Are Joking Mr. KK vlog. Today I want to share something that may change the way you look at your own mind. If you have ever felt lazy, unmotivated, or mentally stuck after a big event, this video may help you understand yourself better. And maybe by the end of this video, you will stop judging yourself and start observing yourself. So the question is, have you ever noticed this? That something big happens in your life, a success or a stressful day, or an emotional moment, even a heavy workout, and the next day your mind suddenly crashes. No focus, no motivation, no energy, and you start thinking, why am I like this? Am I lazy? Or am I losing discipline? Or I used to think the same thing. But recently I realized maybe this is not about laziness, maybe your mind and body are moving through a recovery phase. And if you do not understand that phase, you may quit at the exact moment you are supposed to recover. And I used to read Bhagavad Gita, and I came to know that these two sloka came in these 2 days. And first, this sloka is come from chapter 18, verse 47. And the Krishna says, Sreyan swadharmo biguna paradharmat swanishtita. So it is better to do your own duty imperfectly than to do someone else's duty perfectly. So to me, this means stop comparing your life with others. Even it is imperfection, just do it. And the second day, I came to read another sloka in the same chapter 18. It is verse 48, where Krishna says, Sahajam karma kaunteya sadosamapi na tyajyate sarvarambha hi dosena dhumenagni ribabhrutat. So it means, do not abandon the work born from your own nature, even if it has imperfection. Seriously, that line hit me deeply, because during the low phase, that is exactly what most of us do. We abandon ourselves, we stop training, we stop creating, we stop working. We think the low feeling is permanent. But research also explains this is in a scientific way. So Bruce McBain's research on allostasis and allostatic load says that when the body faces stress, it adapts. So stress hormones and nervous systems responses can protect us in the short run, but adaptation has a cost. So when stress is intense or repeated, that cost can feel like fatigue, heaviness, low energy, and mental fog.
The system detects incoming anomalies and immediately deploys a defensive perimeter, neutralizing all external threats in real time.
So after a big emotional or physical event, the crash is not always laziness. Sometimes it is the cost of adaptation. And research on grief and trauma also shows that recovery does not allow or does not follow on fixed timeline. So some people recover quickly, some recover slowly, and some have delayed reaction, and some experience has long-term grief. Research have found that deeper losses, including the loss of a child, can create a longer and more difficult recovery patterns. So it means, let's say for me, I'm going to share my graph, which I discovered throughout this time in United States. Sometimes it varies from person to person. So let's say for me, it is taking 7 days, which I discovered. But for others, it takes more or takes even slow. But sometimes also depends on what kind of grief or trauma you are dealing with. As research says that loss of a child can take more. It takes more, like even years, people to heal. Okay, so that also matters. So the bottom line here I'm trying to say is that you need to find out, when or how long it is taking. But the point is you should keep doing every day, not to take yourself or just come out of yourself from the dark zone or gray area. So the timeline depends on the context. As I said, for a small setback, maybe it takes few days. For a high stress, maybe it takes a week. For the heartbreak, for grief or deep loss, it may take months or longer. So the point is not 7 days. The point is find your phase, which I was trying to say. So this is the pattern I observe in myself. You can see in this graph I'm sharing here. So the phase 1, which is called peak phase. You feel emotional, motivated, and powerful. The phase 2 is the crash phase. Your energy drops, your focus disappears. And the phase 3 is the resistance. This is the dangerous phase. In your mind says quit, skip it, and start later. The phase 4, which is the tiny momentum. So you do one small thing, a walk or a small workout or little work. The phase 5 is the rebuilding. Energy starts coming back. Phase 6 is reset. You feel like yourself again. Once you know your phase, you stop panicking. And once you stop panicking, you stop quitting too early. Maybe your own mind is not broken. Maybe your nervous system is resetting. The bottom line is simple. Come back to the present moment. So keep doing the work. Do not abandon the process. And do not abandon the work born from your nature. So study yourself, find your phase, and do not quit during the crash. I'm saying in the video, today is I reset myself. Okay? And I did more LBs than what I was supposed to do earlier in my deadlift. And because all these 7 days, I'm saying, I never skip my workout. I continue doing, although I was feeling like hell some days, but I keep doing. So I find my own phases. I hope you also discover your own phase. And if you like the video, let me know and give a comment and share. Thank you, and watch on the next video.